Good morning, everyone. I realize today is Thursday. Wasn't totally aware that yesterday was Wednesday. Go me. So, because I don't always hang out in this world, apparently, I don't hang out in time. So, I am a day late and I apologize, but I wanted to share with you my midweek message. And I was contemplating doing a different presentation for another group. And I put that aside and decided to pull cards for this. And three cards jumped out of the deck. And they all have to do with what I was planning to say to my other group. So the cards are Heart Space, Illumination, and Transformation. And all of these cards speak to the possibility of approaching life from a new vantage point. Oftentimes, life gets hard when we approach it from a place of fear or anger or resentment or whatever form of fear that takes for us. It could be guilt, it could be that lack and neediness. Those are illusions. Those are us playing small. And when we choose to embrace ourselves, our world, our life, our situations with love, we transform the energy that brings everything to us. And so, simply by choosing love, you may see opportunities that you would never have seen otherwise. You can see lessons where you were only seeing traumas and wounds. We get to open up our heart space. There is always space for love, there is always space for expansion and for light. And we can transform the experience of our life by choosing to live through love and peace rather than choosing to be a victim of the life that we are living. This life is filled with lessons. This life is filled with opportunities for us to grow in our soul, to grow from a place of fear to a place of love and understanding. And these cards are showing us that when we open our heart to love, we create the space that is necessary for love that is already there to be realized, to be witnessed, to be recognized. You can look at a situation and only see it one way and be filled with pain and agony. And when you pause and allow yourself to stop the victim role, because that is a very powerful loop of messages that play in our head, we can see things from a completely different angle. And as things become illuminated, when we shine a different light or any light on those situations, it again changes it from what we changes what we see dramatically, completely. Most of the time, it flips at 180, and that action, in essence, is what transformation is. It moves us from that space of fear to that space of love. And an example that I have used a lot is when I was young and I would listen to my parents bicker and I would watch the tension that my father lived with. I was very resentful because I thought he was just, being the over dad. And it wasn't until years later that I watched him and I realized the depth of his love that was surrounded by fear. And what was once being cantankerous or being cranky became these supreme expressions of love when I allowed a new light to shine on those things. And so you have to see through generations sometimes to understand, because the society has dictated over time what love looks like. That is the conditional piece of love. And my father was following conditional love at the time. And so real dads brought home the bacon. And my dad was always worried about finances, but he was always willing to provide for us. And his expression of love, because real men don't feel, his expression of love was providing. It was money. It was the roof over our head. It was the shoes on our feet. And once I began to open my heart to the idea that what my dad was doing every moment of every day of his life, every single moment, was his capacity for love. My heart opened further. There was a new light, and I watched the transformation, not of him necessarily, but of me. And I could see the angelic being that my dad was and is to this day. Um, and so it changed my relationship, past, present, future, with my dad. Now, my dad died in 2013, but I still have a relationship with him, and he has been teaching me since we got together. And he continues to teach me about love to this day. And so I'm just encouraging you today. The thought for today is be willing to open your heart, make space in your heart, shine a light in that space, and transform those painful, negative, traumatized victim mentalities or those ideas that you are not worthy into a love filled opportunity to see the truth of who you are, because we are love at our core. Remember that our cells, everything that we can see, is made up of light. You are a light being. You just have to accept it. I hope you have a miraculous, transformational day and wonderful week ahead. I'll talk to you again all soon. Take care. Bye.